Okay, I have a little surprise for you.
Beep, beep.
I could tell you already looked at it, though.
I did.
Why'd you do that?
Well, I didn't intentionally look. I opened the fridge and it was right there.
No, you turned the label.
Oh, yeah. I did.
I purposely had the label turned so you didn't see it.
Well, it was, I knew it was the red one, obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
And I had an inkling.
Yeah.
It was,
should have let it be a surprise. I picked out, she literally said, surprise me. And I picked out Bev for her. I got her a cherry cola Olipop. I haven't tried that one, though.
No?
Mm-mm. And then I got myself OG vintage cola because that's just my favorite fucking one. This is the absolute best. And are you seeing everything about Poppy on TikTok?
Yeah. How it's being canceled.
Told you Olipop's always been better.
Yeah. I think Olipop really does vintage cola really well.
Yep.
So I'm hoping cherry cola hits just as hard.
I feel like it'll just be the same, but just with cherry, right?
Right.
Oh God, we both have nails. Cheers.
No fizzle.
These are crispy.
Oh. Ooh, it's good. You want to try it?
Let's see. Cherry cola. Here we go. Oh, that's fucking delicious.
Fire. I just brushed my teeth, so.
Oh, it's probably a little off.
It's a little minty, but.
A few sips and you'll be good. You know what? I actually, please excuse me. I'm going to add lemon to this real quick.
Ooh, will you grab me a wedge?
Lemon with yours?
Yeah.
Cherry lemon. Yeah, that'd be actually really good. Yeah, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Good with lemon.
Oh, that is great. You know, I didn't squeeze mine. I just stuck it in.
Well, you still taste it. You have it on your mouth.
Yeah.
Thing. It'll diffuse.
And
I squeeze and then put the lemon wedge in there. I've heard not to do that at restaurants because a lot of restaurants don't actually, like bars specifically, don't.
No shot. They wash their lemons.
Wash their produce. So the tequila soda with lime that we're getting is poo-poo lime.
Yeah. Manure lime.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah. The lemon really did it.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Thank you for listening to our drink segment.
I didn't know I could feel like that.
We have a little game to play with you guys.
We do?
Yeah.
Do I get to play?
I think you might know the answer. What is different about our set?
Oh.
Comment down below. The first person to realize what it is and comment it on YouTube, we will send you the deck of decks.
The deck of decks and a cute little surprise that we have.
Yeah, that we have a lot of, and we
thousands.
need something to do with them. And they're really cool. This isn't just like we're trying to get rid of it. Like, it's just, what do you do with thousands of one thing in your house? And it's not the deck we're talking about.
No.
We don't have thousands of decks in our house. Surprisingly, you would think we'd have a lot on hand.
We have more. I don't
These
even
are
have
actually
my
empty boxes.
Yeah.
To the left of me.
Because we play with the deck.
We have 3 in our little shuffler that we play Shanghai with. So obviously you need 3 decks, but yeah, these are literally empty, you guys. Oh wait, this has cards in it.
Full deck?
Is this your card?
That's my deck.
This is totally your deck. It's a full deck.
Wow.
How do we not know? Is this one? It's a full deck.
And we have empty boxes in there, so empty. Okay. How did we not know that?
How do we?
Who did
I
that?
swear,
Someone swapped. No, they were empty. Because I remember we put the 3 up there that are in, and then you took one off because it kept hitting your head.
Yes.
You guys want this deck.
Yeah, you do.
No, we'll send you a freshie. Leave us your Instagram handle so we can find you and DM you there and get all the information so we can send you a deck.
We should probably do this more often.
We should.
This seems very like influencer of us. We don't ever do like giveaway shit or like first person to comment. Like,
no.
This is probably what we should be doing.
First person to comment what's different that you notice.
So easy.
Someone's gonna say my hat because I've never worn a hat on the podcast.
It has nothing to do with our bodies.
No,
I literally said the set.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I didn't know you said that.
Oh, never mind. I was gonna say something, but I was gonna say what we should do for April Fools, but I won't say it because we should do it for April Fools.
We will. I already know what you're gonna say.
I think you do too.
Wait, what did we say in unison the other day?
Oh my! And it was something like,
oh, it was a joke on the Zoom call.
Oh yeah, someone was talking about. We were on our Hella Zoom call for Patreon, and someone was saying how they were reading a book, and we both went, "You can read?"
At the same time.
And it's just like, it's not just, it wasn't even the fact that the joke was that funny. It was like, how do we both know to do that punch?
Hit that joke. We have the same jokes.
Yeah, we do. I'm tired today.
Well, you want to talk about where you were?
Where was it? Oh my God. Yeah, I'm probably tired for the emotional turmoil I went through this morning. This morning, I had an MRI of my brain. Everything's good.
She only has half a brain.
Yeah, literally. They were like, where's
the other half?
No, I was saying the doctor probably would find like a shape of like a dog, like a shape of Link inside my brain. No, it was just for best practices. That's not the right word, but like pretty much my neurologist was just like, let's just rule out anything. She's like, I don't
check up.
Right. She's like, I don't think you have a brain tumor or anything, but like with all the migraine shit I've been dealing with for the past couple months, she just wanted to cover all bases. That's what I'm trying to say. So got the MRI done. But if you know, I'm very claustrophobic. And if you also know, MRI machines are so fucking small. And I knew I was going to struggle with it from everything I Googled. And like one of our friends got an MRI recently and I was talking to her about it and she was kind of letting me know like, yeah, it's small and yada, yada. But it was way smaller than I anticipated. And is it
fully enclosed?
It's a tube. So it's like, think of like a paper towel tube. Like the top and the bottom are open.
Okay.
But it is small.
Down to the feet, it's tubular?
It's
not just waist
longer
up?
than our heights. It's probably like a 7 foot long tube.
I have been in one of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's super loud. But I had headphones on. They were really accommodating. I went down to NY. Excuse me.
Oh my God. Lasting side effect of the MRI.
I got a hiccup.
Hiccups forever.
I went to NYU and they were amazing. And like, honestly, the guy was kind of cute. So like, if you're listening, I wore this shirt and you complimented the shirt. So you might remember me.
Maybe he read the book.
He probably did. He seemed kind of young. He's probably like still reading it. Like, he seemed young. Anyway.
I mean, he's working the MRI, so he can't be that young.
He was probably like 24. He was cute though. And he made me very comfortable. It was very like
What's
whole
his name?
team. He didn't tell me. I don't know.
Probably John.
No, he was cooler than that.
Okay.
He was cool. He was cool. They were like, are you ready to go? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, or I asked how long it was going to be. And they said between like 8 to 10 minutes. He said 8 and some change. And I was like, okay, that's better than I thought because when I was looking online, I mean, obviously don't ever look online because everything online was like 60 minutes to 120 minutes, like crazy times. But that's obviously for different types of MRIs. I was getting a basic MRI without contrast, which I learned with contrast is an IV. So they
put ink in your body. You know what? I did do one of these.
You did the ink?
Yeah.
And you got an IV?
Yeah. They put ink in your body so they can see it like highlights things. Yeah.
Which is really cool. Like the whole time in the MRI machine, I'm sitting there like, I'm so grateful that we have this technological advances. I'm so grateful that I'm able to have access to this type of healthcare. Like I was sitting there just trying to like
the science behind it is
really
so cool.
And I'm grateful that I'm going to be able to get any and all answers I needed. I digress. But yeah, so they were like, we can put on music for you. We could give you a blanket. You'll have headphones. We could put on literally any music you want. So I had him naturally put on Mac Miller, which helped a lot. And they laid me down, put the blanket on me. I also had something that really helped me is I had a
stress ball
or no, just like a stop, squeeze it and they'll stop it, everything. And as you know, being in so many escape rooms with me, as long as I just know I have an exit, I'm usually okay. I'm a little tense, but I'm okay. I'm not gonna get tunnel vision and die. So that helped. And he's like, I'm gonna push you in. I just want you to feel what it feels like first. I'm gonna pull you right back out. And that helped a lot too. He's like, it wasn't just like
knowing he could just like swoop.
It's literally, it's like I'm on a track. Yep, exactly. Yeah. And he did that. And he also put those like goggle things on where like it's a mirror. Have you guys seen this like on TikTok and shit where people like lay in bed? That? Yeah. So your neck is like normal straight. And then like if you look at the mirror, it shows like what's below you. Yeah. You guys know what I'm trying to say. Those helped a lot too, because then I did close my eyes and just like breathe through it. But if I did want to open them, I could see outside of the tube. So when he put me in for that first like practice go, he was like, keep you in there just for a sec. Just like feel it out. How does it feel? And I was fine when I was looking again through the mirror to be able to see my feet, but then I went like this and noticed I was in the tube and was like, get me out. Get me out. Get me out. And he had to pull me out. And I was giggling. I wasn't like a nightmare. And he even said, he's like, we have way worse. Trust me. Like you did great. And so I like breathed through it, whatever. And then we finally started and I kept my eyes closed the whole time. There was one point where I was this close to squeezing, but I knew I was already like a song and a half in. Okay. So I was like, fucking push through or else I'm going to have to do it all over again, you know? Right. And that's it. This all sounds very dramatic if you're somebody who's not claustrophobic, but I was really scared for this and I did it and it was good. And I imagine my results will be fine. I hope they're fine. I have a follow-up in August, but yeah, she was pretty positive that I just have fucking migraines. And she gave me some like kind of emergency medicines to have in the cabinet if I ever feel like a really gnarly one come on, because what led me to like finally get some like neurological help was this really crazy aura I had like visually. And if you are a migraine haver, you've probably had them too, and it's almost like kaleidoscope vibes, like very like sparkly and like blue, and it sounds really pretty honestly, but like when it's in your vision and it's
something's wrong.
It's the most it was so, you remember, it was so scary. It was quite traumatic. I sent myself to the fucking ER, which already scared the fuck out of me. Like it was a day. It's also a big part of my anxiety was for so long not knowing what that was, and you know, hoping it was migraines but wondering if it was something worse. So now that I'm getting these answers and getting tests, and I got like a CAT scan and everything so far seems to be coming back pretty normal, I'm grateful that it's just migraines. TBD, August is the appointment. I'll definitely keep you guys updated, but I feel like I haven't really talked about it at all actually.
And based on her sense of urgency, your doctors, it's like comforting knowing she's not kind of freaking out about something. Like every symptom that you have told her, obviously she's able to somewhat draw the conclusion like, okay, that sounds like your standard migraine situation. Nothing kind of stuck out to her.
Nope. The only thing that she was kind of like about was the buzzes I've described. Yeah. She does think that they're anxiety induced, which I do too now. We've learned that, but she's like, that's what I want to rule out too. It's just like that buzz is a little not direct migraine symptom, whereas all my other ones were so like sensitivity to light and sound, the visual auras, like
standard
sleepies, slurring your words a little bit when you know a migraine's coming on, like shit like that. But yeah, she did rule that they're pretty fucking gnarly. So like I said, she gave that stuff and like little kind of emergency stuff to take. But what I wanted to share with you guys, if you are migraine people, is she recommended a vitamin. I want to say it's called Migraleaf, MIGRE-LIEF. How do you spell leaf, right? Yeah. Like relief. Yeah. It's I got it on Amazon. I think it was like $25, and the reviews are absolutely insane. I've been taking it. I haven't had a migraine.
Is it something you take every day?
You take it every day, and it's a vitamin. So I think it has B. I want to say it has K or A. Just a few of the ones. I don't know. But the reviews are insane. Like people saying like, I've had migraines for 40 years. I've done steroid shots. I've done sleep studies. Like all these crazy things that I didn't even know people had to do for gnarly migraines. And they like swear by this vitamin so cool. For like saving their fucking lives.
And
like,
it's natural, right?
It's a synthetic vitamin, but like natural in the sense of it's not like this addictive drug or, you know, steroid or all these other things that people were trying. But I've been taking it. I haven't had a migraine, which is good.
Didn't you somewhat like associate the head buzzing to your weed intake?
I don't know necessarily, but I guess we could talk about that too. So as you guys know, big weed smoker, but I've stopped for the past, I think I'm almost like 2 months stopped. It was ever since I came home from the Bay last. That's about a month and a half.
End of February.
End of Feb, yeah. And I stopped because my therapist was obviously like my anxiety had been really bad. I'd say like the past year, but I've also been going through a lot of shit the past year. So like it did make sense to me, but it was the type of anxiety where it was like even if something wasn't on my mind, I was like crippling and I was getting tunnel vision. I was getting panic attacks while watching fucking Food Network and shit. Like it wasn't really making sense what the panic was coming from. And I obviously expressed it every week in therapy. And as much as we talked through it, my therapist was like, let's just try something. If it doesn't work, then whatever, but try and cut out weed. And I was like, no shot. Like, I mean, I'll try, but there's no shot. That's the problem. I've been smoking weed forever. If anything, it helps.
Right.
And like, I even came to that conclusion when I had a lull of smoking. It was like a 2-week lull and I smoked. And I remember I told you like, oh my God, my mind feels quiet for the first time in a minute. Like,
right. You thought it like had done the opposite effect.
Right. Which I think it does. Here, let me finish this and then I'll say my final self-diagnosis of what I think is going on. So she's like, cut it out. I'm like, okay, cool. I cut it out for like a week. And then I'm like, I don't really feel any different. So I just kind of started smoking again. That's when I had gone to the Bay. Whenever I go back to the Bay or LA, it's California. Of course I'm going to fucking smoke. So I'm smoking. I'm fine. The problem was never while I was high. So I continue to smoke. And then when I come home from that LA trip, and towards the end of that LA trip, mind you, the end of that LA trip was in the Bay. So that already kind of gives me my own dose of anxiety. But I had a therapy session the day before I left the Bay and I was just down bad, like panic attack while driving down bad. Like it was really bad. And she was like, I think you should try cutting out weed one more time. Like I think try longer this time. And I have not smoked since then. And I have not had any panic since then. Even in my fucking nightmare of an MRI today.
Right. You still kept your anxiety kind of at bay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure, I was anxious for like literal reasons, but there was no sense of impending doom. Right. There was no tunnel vision. There was no panic. Like I was okay.
I think maybe when you are a weed smoker and you kind of like depend on that when you're high, you kind of have a sense of calmness, but then when you're not smoking, you're going through a lot of ups and downs when you're a weed smoker, I think. And having that sense of calmness when you're high and that quiet in your head, like you said, but then when you're not high, it's like all the noise comes back.
Yeah.
And then you're going through this like heavy up and down, which obviously would give you anxiety no matter the cause.
That's exactly what I was gonna say that I think is happening is like it's too inconsistent for me. And I've always said that like my boundary for weed since the first time I ever inhaled was I will never be somebody who, again, this is just my boundary, like no judgment to others, but this will never be something I need to do. The second it creeps into daytime, aside from weekends, I've always told myself like, no, that's too far. Like I'm not going to be someone who's like dependent on weed. Again, just a personal boundary of mine. And that's where I started realizing it's becoming an all or nothing for my body. Like when I'm high, because you hear a lot when people cut out weed, it's because they started getting paranoid while high. Like the high was never the problem. It was when I wasn't smoking. It was
the up and down.
It's just the inconsistent mood. Yeah. Honestly, like that was just throwing me through the fucking ringer. Yeah. So I haven't smoked since. I've craved it a few times, but like nothing crazy. Like I wasn't addicted to it.
No.
So that I'm grateful. That made it a lot easier. And again, I was never like a 24-hour around the clock smoker, so I didn't necessarily have any like withdrawals or anything. Sleeping here and there when I've had nights of like rough sleep, I'm like, damn, that would be so nice to hit it. But obviously I haven't. And yeah, I've been good. That
I can even tell the difference.
I'm sure. And I'm so glad. But like going back to the head buzzing thing, that has stopped. I haven't had head buzzes since either, but I don't necessarily think it was just because the weed. I think it's just all of it together.
Totally.
The head buzzing was totally from anxiety because when I would have an active like head buzz, week or two, and then I would go into therapy and we would do some reprocessing and I'm like hysterically crying, then I don't have head buzzes for like 2 days.
Right.
It's an emotional release that I just had to like get out. So a lot to take in. I don't even know why we brought this up, but
that's why you're tired.
Yeah, that's why I'm tired. I feel like I'm like getting answers I've always wanted, and I'm like, I'm just like understanding my limits more and more.
Yeah, and how your brain works.
Yeah, and I don't know. I hope this maybe inspires some of you to like try the things you think won't work. Because I really never thought I'd be the person that couldn't smoke weed, and like
changing one factor that you didn't even think of could actually work wonders.
I was starting to think it could have been anything other than weed, down to like, should we test the place for mold?
Right.
Like, is it just New York City and like all the fumes in the air? It's like, no, bitch, it's a fucking weed. Like,
yeah.
I thought it was anything and everything but my beloved weed. And I miss it.
Yeah.
Here and there. I miss the smell of it. Like when we were at Gov Ball and we'd walk past somebody, I was like,
just light it and like sit it on, like
smudge the house.
Smudge the house with a joint.
Yeah. I will say, I'm going to come clean on something. I have one joint.
Are you saving it?
I think it's like one of those things where I like don't want to get rid of it.
Yeah. You don't want it to be real.
Yeah. So it's sitting there in my room.
Like a freshie?
Full fresh. Like twisted tip still.
Light it and put it like on our windowsill and open the window so it just kind of wafts.
No, I don't need to.
Right.
I don't need to.
Right.
And sure, if there was ever a moment where I was like, then I probably would. And I don't imagine I'll never smoke again either. Like Monica went through a similar thing at my age too.
I didn't know that.
Where you know how much she smoked. Monica is like the reason I smoked weed in the first place. And her ex-husband were like big smokers. And but like functional, like it wasn't like a bad thing. Like they were, it's fucking California. If you know, everybody fucking smokes there. My whole family. And
it's me.
Literally besides Alex. She's like on a list. And she said like around 28, 29, she just kind of like started feeling icky when she wasn't smoking. And like she mentioned the exact same shit as me. Her anxiety was getting out of hand when she wasn't smoking. She just realized it was becoming this like insane dependency that was affecting like every moment of her life, so to speak, whatever. And she cut it out for like 3 or 4 years. And she just recently started smoking again.
Oh, I didn't know she started.
But like way lighter. I mean, she used to be doing like dabs, bongs, like edible. Like she was like in it. But now she's just like puff the joint a few times before bed. Okay. Type shit, whatever. And she's like, now I'm fine. So I don't know if I'm anything like her, which I think I am. Hopefully I will be able to
just like a hefty tolerance break,
like exactly like a true like recalibration.
Get it completely out of your system, and not just like in the physical sense,
just like in the out of my routine, out of my like thought process, out of my dependency, like
how it affects you. Like there's so many factors of what weed does to you mentally and physically. Yep. Getting all of that flushed out.
And just like where I'm at in my personal life, once that is just a figment of the past, then weed will affect me completely differently, because I won't have the problems I have right now. I'll have new problems,
as we do,
and then the cycle continues, and then we'll have this conversation
as it does
again,
as it does.
So yeah, as you guys know, this past weekend Alex and I went to Gov Ball, and we are exhausted trying to get back into routine, and a big part of that is getting back on top of our health. And for me, that looks like integrating AG1 right back into my routine. Starting every morning with AG1 really makes me feel like I'm starting the day off on the right foot. AG1 is foundational nutrition that delivers daily nutrients and gut health support, and is backed by multiple research studies, so you can trust what you're putting in your body.
AG1's in-house team of doctors, scientists, and researchers work with third-party experts on studies that validate the benefits of AG1, giving you one less thing to research. And what I love about AG1 is they are constantly improving their formula. Unlike other products, which only test their ingredients in isolation, AG1 tests their formula as a whole.
I feel like these past few years, I've been very sensitive to caffeine, definitely not good for the anxiety, but that's why I love AG1. It really supports my energy throughout the day without a crash, just sustainable and feels a lot better.
I feel like that's been so necessary this week coming out of GovBall too, because we're already low energy. So something that's sustainable and not like a heavy hit of coffee is gonna get us back into our routine.
97% of people in a research study felt more energy after 30 days of drinking AG1, and 91% of participants noticed they need less coffee after 60 days of drinking AG1. I also love the flavor, and it's super easy to take. You just do 1 scoop into 8 to 12 ounces of water, shake it up, stir it up, and enjoy. I also love adding a little squeeze of lemon.
If we had to recommend one product to support whole body health, it's AG1, and that's why we're excited to have them as a new partner.
Starting your journey with AG1 is a win. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase at drinkag1.com/advice. That's drinkag1.com/advice. Check it out.
Thanks AG1.
Another very important topic to cover.
Love Island is back, you guys. Actually, more than Love Island is back.
Excited.
Love Island's back. US and UK just dropped on Hulu, and Bridgerton Part 2 just dropped. We're only 1 episode in, so please, no spoilers if you finished it.
Yeah, but we should finish before this comes out.
Okay, yeah, we can.
Because we're recording this on Friday, and this comes out Monday. Come on, we could do that.
We could do that. We got it. We have a lot of work to do. We have 2 seasons of Love Island UK. It's okay. I'm not in love with the cast.
Yeah.
You know what? The cast is getting a lot of shit on TikTok right now. Everyone's talking about how all the women literally look the same.
I mean,
they're not wrong.
We said before you even saw that TikTok, we were saying that episode 1, we're like, how many episodes in are we? And I still actually can't tell who's who.
Yeah, I think we're on 5 or 6.
I know Patsy's Patsy because she has red hair.
Yeah.
And I know Jess is Jess because she reminds us of Gina.
Yep. And
everyone else, it's only because I have this like correlation, but I am like having a very hard time
differentiating,
even knowing who's who.
And not only is it their looks that are similar, and it's because of all the fucking filler.
Yeah.
Which that's a whole other thing that we're not going to get into. But I feel like they're holding back in general, every one of the cast members, even the guys, with their I'm not seeing personality at all.
No. I don't know. Even like the production feels a little bit of like meh too. Like conversations are kind of drawn out. Situations seem kind of drawn out in like the editing process.
Yeah.
There's not a lot going on. I think they are kicking themselves for how they casted this year.
Yeah.
Great individuals. But if we can talk about what you need for like entertainment, reality TV on like a production level.
It's not hitting.
I don't think it's hitting.
It's not hitting.
Now, US, we are loving.
Love US.
I think US is really good this year. I think it's on top of it. Like, I just love that Ariana is the host and everything, but production's great. I love the villa.
Right. Which is crazy because we usually lean more UK than US.
Like I would have died on that hill 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now US, the cast, and especially since we're sitting here watching both at the same time, comparing the cast to one another, the US cast, you could see every bit of their personality. Like each and every single one of them, I know when the camera is on a conversation that they're going to have, like it's going to be witty or it's going to be, they're going to talk about this. Like, we are getting to know them as characters, if you will. Right. And I feel like we're not doing that with UK. But we're all on top of it, we're also seeing really strong connections in US. And we're not seeing that in UK at all.
Which is usually the other way around in my head. And I feel like past seasons of US, it's like really obvious that everybody on there just wants to get famous. Which I'm not saying isn't necessarily the motive behind some people on US. I think that's just going to be an uncontrollable factor in any reality TV nowadays. But like, it seems like people are like, I'm not going to say like actually there for love because that seems a little dramatic, but seems like people are really there to connect rather than just like dick around and like, I don't know. So obviously I feel like we can all agree, Alex and I are also loving Rob and Leah so much, and
love them.
First impressions, like we all knew Rob from Casa Amor. I didn't personally remember him, but I know Alex did, like, right out the gate. First impression of Leah. We like, even her like, what's up? I'm Leah and I'm from, we were like, love her. Like, we immediately loved her. Also, triple Leah was crazy.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, like, even, you know, going off the triple Leo, I was like, she's going to be a hoot, right? Like, she's just going to be this fireball, this like firecracker, whatever. Something that with her and Rob's connection seems to like really calm her.
Yeah.
And I love it. And then it brings out this confidence in him. And like, I think they can win. Like they are just
the way
so
that they interact
together.
is so,
again, from what we can see, obviously
we're like
it's all
4
editing.
episodes in.
Yeah.
But it's, I mean, we got a good comparison early on when Bombshell came in and picked Rob. Liv came in and picked Rob. So they were coupled up for like a day, literally one day. And they had a couple conversations, but we could even tell as viewers, that they literally had nothing in common. And the conversation wasn't going anywhere. We noticed he was super witty and like funny and playful with Leah, but that wasn't coming out with Liv. And it cut to a confessional with him. And he's literally like, the more we talk, we don't have anything in common. Like everything I say I like, she doesn't like, and everything she likes, I don't relate to.
He even said, I'm so surprised she picked me.
Right.
And like, I don't know. And then he's caught talking back with Leah because they still have the connection that was never cut off because he coupled up with Liv.
Right.
And Liv goes ape shit.
She
was like wow, like that's
him.
disrespectful. Yeah, you broke them up. He didn't want to leave her. Like,
right.
Yeah, that's.
And if anything, like it showed. I think it showed Rob how strong his connection was with Leah.
Absolutely.
So I'm really excited to see where that goes. Like Kristen said, we totally believe they could be endgame if they like play the game right.
Yeah, I could still tell Leah's a little apprehensive. Yeah. Is that the right word? Like I could tell she's like I don't want to say like not even like shut off. Just like I could tell she's a little hesitant, maybe for some past shit. I'm sure we all got it.
Yeah.
But I hope soon, and I hope even after this Liv situation that she's like starting to get reassured more and more.
Right.
And like
he seems like a true gentleman.
He gives me JFK vibes so much. I don't know if anybody else sees it, but he gives me such like old American man vibes. And like,
I actually, one of the TikToks I saw, it was about their Rob and Leah's connection. And one of the comments was, Rob is from my hometown and he comes like, he's actually really nice and he comes from a really great family.
Love that.
So I love seeing like a little ounce of reality come in when it comes to their personalities. Because a lot of the times, I mean, we see these people on these shows and they're just painting the pretty picture.
Oh, yeah.
So it's nice to see that like what we're picking up on is actually
it's like being backed up. Right. Yeah. Right. I know I always fear like the second these shows come out, then the people from the hometown start telling their stories of like who these people really are. And I'm like, ugh. I'm like clenching, hoping we don't get anything bad about him. But I'm glad you saw that.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like him. I'm really excited for them.
I think they're great. I think Kaylor and Aaron.
Yes,
those are their names,
Aaron,
right?
Yeah.
I really like them, but I think I respect they're both like they both know they're super into each other, but they're both like, hold on, let's like play the game. Let's make sure we're still talking to people. I could tell Aaron's a little like, wait, what? But like he's not like pinning it against her. Like he's very respectful over it. But I can even tell, like, she went and spoke with Connor, the new guy. And she, you know, we all saw they had the kiss, whatever. But, like, I could tell she's like, I still want Aaron. But I think, I don't know. I really like them. I think they have, like, a really good, playful connection.
I think they're connecting, not on anything deep right now. They're just connecting in, like, a different way. You could tell they just gravitate towards each other. It's almost as if they like met at a party and they just kind of gravitated towards each other and they just hang out all night. Yep. Like that's the vibe that I'm getting from them, and they're gonna see if it's gonna go somewhere.
She even said that, I think either was in a confessional or she said it to Connor, but she was like, I usually go for the playful guys, like the really kind of like obnoxious out there guys, and she liked Connor because he's very, he's relatively quiet, like
right.
pretty like chill guy on the outside.
She kept saying he's mature. He's husband material.
Yeah. And so once I heard that though, I was like, oh shit, does that mean track record wise, is Erin not good for her? Like, is she wanting something that isn't of her past patterns?
But I also don't believe in, well, don't believe is a strong way to put it, but like husband and wife material. I think anyone is anything material.
Yeah, if you just find your match.
Right. And I think she's kind of latched onto that, like, oh, I've only ever dated the fun connection, and is attributing that to having like the shitty relationships. Like you can have that fun connection, but still have a successful relationship.
Right. She's young.
Yeah.
Isn't she like 24 or something?
Something like that, yeah.
That's another thing too that we were talking about. Like, these people are so young.
So young. It's such a wide age range though, because at least the UK season, there's a 21-year-old and there's a 33-year-old, like in everything
US
in between.
Too. I forget his name, but Odell Beckham Jr.'s little brother.
Yeah.
Is 21.
Oh, 21.
Yeah, he's young.
And then Coy, who just left, he got kicked off. He was a dud to me.
Yeah, I think you kind of see this with like one or two characters every season. You could tell they realize like, oh shit, this is more intense than what I thought I was getting myself into.
Yeah.
And which so valid. Like I can only imagine even the millions of episodes we've seen. It's probably so different being on a show like that, submerging your life into that reality.
Absolutely.
For
no contact with
weeks.
people that you actually know.
Right. So I think he's one of those type of contestants where like
just got in over his head.
Yeah, like you could tell he kind of has shut down a little bit. And who is he talking to? What's her name? Hannah?
No,
I don't know. I can't remember her name right now. But the girl that the only girl Coy was with, like really pretty smile. I can't remember her name. She was like so valid to be like, you're not giving me anything, and he wouldn't. Like their conversations were so like, for sure.
Yeah, how you doing?
And like it'd be one thing if he just simply wasn't interested in her, and that's how he was acting.
But like he thought they were good,
right? He's like, what
crazy.
do you mean? What do you mean? I don't think we have a connection because you don't fucking say anything. Like,
and she ended up picking Connor. Yeah. Connor. Which I could see they vibe.
Yeah,
totally.
Connor seems cool. Connor seems like I could tell maybe on the outside and like even in his like, what's up? I'm Connor. Like he was douchey, but honestly, I think they feed them a lot of those really douchey lines to just like catch you.
Yeah.
But like now that his personality is kind of coming out, like he's pretty respectful.
I like him.
Like he's talking to a lot of people, but everyone knows he's talking to a lot of people. He's not trying to play.
And he literally got in like last night,
way.
So he's not tied down to anyone at all.
Right. Who's the other guy? I forget the other guy's name that we were feeling like he does the same thing with every girl. Like asks, can I kiss you?
That's UK.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, see, this is going to be a problem.
This is going to be an issue.
Should we just stop UK? I'm kind of down.
No, I'm going to keep watching if you don't care.
I fell asleep did anything happen in today's episode?
They started a challenge.
Okay. I'll rewatch it. But like, I'm just getting these mixed up. Look at me go.
Yeah. Yeah. We're getting it mixed up. You're thinking about...
I don't know anybody's name on UK. And I've seen more episodes of UK than US.
Omar. No. That's the new guy.
Ayo. Yep.
Yeah.
Now it came to me.
Yeah.
As I just said, I don't know his name.
Ayo.
Yeah. And he's with Oma or something. They both have 3 letters in their name. She's
Mimi.
new.
That's who he's with. Mimi.
He just recoupled with a new girl with 3 letters.
Uma.
In her name. Uma, yeah.
Uma.
And it was like Uma, something like that. But that's all I know.
Yeah, we need, you know what we should do? We should print out pictures of them.
And put them all over our walls.
Or like have a cheat sheet. What if we printed out photos of them with their name underneath and we could just, oh, that's that.
Should we get a binder?
Yeah, we should. And then do like matches and move them around. We'll make like magnets.
We should take down that canvas on that wall and like do the strings.
Oh, like a crime scene investigation.
That's what I need.
And we'll connect who's with who.
Exactly.
I think we should.
If I'm gonna watch 2 seasons at once, that's what I need.
You know what? We will. We have a printer.
I swear though, that printer
always gives us issues.
Don't even get me started, you guys. I hate our printer.
We'll save that for another episode.
Okay, we realized, we looked down at the time, we've been talking about things that have nothing to do with what we thought we were going to talk about for over 45 minutes now. So enough of that. We asked you guys to send in some more or resend if we didn't get to your entries last week. Hometown drama, celeb connections, murders, crimes, anything with your hometown, any hometown tea. The first episode was so much fun. We got some crazy
you guys really
entries,
went
you guys.
in.
So we are very eager to get back into this. We'll do a few. We understand that this is a very long episode, but some of these fucking subject lines, you guys, we can't pass up.
We can't skip.
This first one, cheating, drugs, and ties with the cartel. My dad's story.
Oh,
this is my story. Shit. Like, I love anything where your life is really a movie.
Right.
You know?
You're on the inside of what people daydream about.
Yes.
Like,
and
that's
literally
your
write
real
books
life.
about.
Yes.
Like,
and make movies about.
My life is a movie. Howdy, ladies. My name is Kayla, and I've been a longtime listener and follower. I've been listening to you both all the way through college, and you've helped me like no other. Love you both. Keep on keeping on. Anyway, it's tea time. So this all started in high school when my parents were getting divorced around 2019. My mom and dad haven't had the best marriage, and I told my mom that she should get a divorce from my dad for a while. It finally came out that my dad apparently had been cheating on my mom the entire time. Throughout their 25-year marriage,
oh my God,
he cheated on my mom 21 different times. I'm going to throw up. He even got remarried to one of the women he cheated on her with, which honestly is for the better because he's a better father and man than he's ever been with his new wife. That is very big of you to acknowledge. So good on you.
Yeah.
But
so it's a kind of a wild statement.
That's super crazy. Okay, but now is time for the juicy details. I was very angry with my father after finding this information out, so I didn't talk to him for a full year. During this year, I learned more about him. My brother told me that he would be the driver for most of these escapades, or even going to the bar when he needed to, as we used to call it, going to the office. As my brother and mom got more comfortable being able to talk to me about my dad, I got more shocked every second. My dad used to be the biggest marijuana dealer on the East Coast.
Whoa.
One time he was transporting a literal Mack truck full of weed and got caught by the FBI.
Oh.
He then proceeded to cut a deal with them and rat out who he'd been working with.
Oh my God.
He'd been working with the Mexican cartel. I then remember back to a time when I was in elementary school and there would always be a car waiting at the end of the road for a week straight.
Nope.
Needless to say, it was the cartel watching me get off the bus. I don't have many other details as my family tries to keep this information very hushed. I'm just surprised they kept this secret from me for so long. One more fun fact about my dad was that he sold whippets at Woodstock 99.
Whoa.
When my brother was just being born. Doesn't he sound like a stand-up guy? I have so many more stories from my hick town in North Carolina you couldn't even imagine. Thank you for listening. Hope everyone has an amazing day. Sending nothing but good vibes your way. Also, a little shout out to a small artist called Chapel Roan. I love her. Small artist.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Wow. The what's it called? The car at the end of your street.
It's
like
literally your life is a plot of Ozark.
Right. I was waiting for you to say how it affected you directly, because if dad's involved with the fucking cartel, like even till this day, you're like,
they're watching you.
That's not scary.
I mean, you gotta know that
they're watching you.
That's terrifying.
At least I think, right? Like I feel like it's
There's
like presidents. Like once you're a president, you're always like on edge.
Well, and to be a rat, which is the worst thing that you could possibly do when you're in that position. I hate even like saying this, but I'm surprised they didn't do more, knowing that your dad ratted or I don't know. That's kind of crazy. Wow.
That seems like a recipe for witness protection program.
Yeah, literally.
I've always wanted to know somebody in that.
You never will.
Do you think we have an entry of one? Or they can't talk about it, huh?
No. Well, even
it's
like,
just like
closest family don't know when their family members are in witness protection.
Is it like you just die?
I don't know. I feel like there's probably different cover-ups. Like I bet you people
like a full new persona.
Yeah, people probably just move like you'll hear about someone who talks about their distant cousin who just like moved away one day and you haven't heard from them since. Like
we were just talking about with one of our friends, we won't say who for reasons, but they don't even know where their last name's from because their great grandfather literally like changed his identity.
Yeah.
And chose this last name or some shit, or like got adopted into this last name because we were saying that last name doesn't fit them at all.
Right. I think they were adopted.
Is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's nuts. Okay, here's the next one. Famous New York serial killer almost killed my grandma. Hi, girlies. This is my first time writing into the pod. Love you, girls. Kristen, you have been the only content creator I have kept up with since I started religiously watching YouTube in 2016.
I really made the cut. Wow. Thank you. Hello.
I'm 21, and when I watch your videos, I feel like I'm looking at myself in the future. We have the same style. I'm born and raised in New York and have had hair dyed red for years. And I'm an Aries, March 26th.
Hey, that's my half-sister's birthday.
I thought you ladies would enjoy the story, especially now that you're New Yorkers. Son of Sam was a notorious New York serial killer in 1970s. He believed his neighbor's dog was possessed by the devil and was telling him to kill. LOL, what? He was known for killing long-haired brunettes. New Yorkers began cutting their hair short and dyeing it blonde in an attempt to not be a victim. One of his victims, Stacy, was killed in the car during her first date with Robert in July of 1977. She was killed. Robert lost his eye. My grandmother worked with a friend of Robert's and met him after the incident. He says he will never forget it. The next part of the story is how she could have been killed herself. My family had a house in Long Island where they spent their summers. One late night, she was sitting with her sister-in-law on the front porch. It was a quiet street, and all of a sudden, they heard the rattle of a yellow/cream-colored Ford Galaxy, the same car Son of Sam drove. The house had no sidewalks, just the front lawn and the road. The car stopped and pulled up into the beginning of the grass. This is when my grandma said, "Is that Son of Sam?" At the same time realizing she's a brunette. They ran inside, locked the doors, closed all the windows, and he drove away. She remembers this so vividly and is positive it was him. The night of his arrest, he was on his way to a Hamptons nightclub to perform a mass shooting. It was believed he went to Long Island / the Hamptons beforehand to scout out locations for his Hamptons massacre and possibly even looked for victims. Son of Sam himself said, "I remember going through a place called Lynbrook, Merrick Road. These roads you would have to pass in order to get to my grandma's Long Island house." Son of Sam was arrested August 10th, 1977. When did this grandma see the car believed to be him, you may ask? July 1977. Wow. Oh my gosh, so just a year before. Right before. Anywho, thanks for reading. No need to keep it on. Gabby. Also, here's a link to one of the articles if you want to check it out. Son of Sam, I'm actually seeing a lot about Son of Sam right now because I think that, I think they're coming out with a new, it may be out already, but they're coming out with a new documentary. And it's this whole theory that there were multiple Son of Sam. So the let me look it up, but the documentary is called Sons of Sam.
There was another legendary murder thing where people thought it could have been multiple people, right?
Maybe it's this one. Oh, I'm wrong. It's 2021. So it's on Netflix, and I guess it's an older one, documentary.
I'm thinking of
we should watch it though. Yeah, it's this theory that it goes way deeper than just like one serial killer.
And is it all the brunettes?
I don't know.
Oh my God. For people to actually be like, fuck, let me go change my hair is crazy.
Terrifying. I think about this a lot, but like serial killers in the 70s, 80s decades, like they were getting away with
murder.
Literal murder.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh, but like, yeah.
I mean,
I ask myself a lot, do you think in 20 years we'll look back and we'll be like, oh my God, remember that serial killer? But we have serial killers out and about right now?
I mean, all that I can think of is like, remember like the weird clown thing in 2016? Yeah. But
was he
killing?
I don't
even think it necessarily killed anybody, but I mean, I think it's just, it's harder now. We got cameras everywhere. We have cameras on, especially New York, every fucking corner of it's
right.
Everything is so heavily documented. It'd be pretty fucking hard to get away with it now.
And like all the advances in DNA
Yes.
and just the techniques in which like investigators actually do their work.
Like, you think about all the crazy stories we do know of, like that was before they could even do fingerprints.
Right.
And that's why people were just getting away with it. Like,
right.
I hope we never see it again.
Yeah.
The same.
Crazy.
It's just, or maybe it'll be different. Like, I feel like poisoning is a little bit easier to like do without a trace.
Yeah.
So like maybe we'll have some like poisoned serial killers.
Let's not give any ideas.
Yeah, sorry. Just kidding. I don't know. That just fucking blows my mind. Like, I was rewatching a little bit of the Dahmer series because Lily was watching while she was here. Also, side note, I forgot how good that series was. How well done that series was.
Incredible.
Yeah, like seeing how like blatantly obvious things were, and like the neighbor constantly fucking complained and nobody did anything about, like,
I think people are just a little more intuitive these days
and like we've all learned from these fucking mistakes of society. It's like, are you not going to believe me this time? When do we all remember what happened last time blank happened and you didn't believe the person? Like, yeah, I hope we're kind of just like learning patterns here as a society. But the fucking the neighbor, how they just like weren't believed.
Taken seriously. Yeah.
The smell, that like I don't know.
I'm calling the first day I smell that
completely,
and I'm not stopping until someone comes and checks it out. But like
even like hearing shit like certain banging and whatnot, like I don't know. It's such a fine thing that I can imagine people went through even like back then, like fine line that people kind of had to walk on, is like minding your own business versus like, wait, what if this is really bad?
Right.
I meant to tell you this, and I'm still thinking about it, and I don't know what to do about it now, but I felt really weird yesterday. I was riding a bike. Where did I go yesterday? Oh, I was getting facial. There was a guy, and like normal looking guy, whatever, like had headphones in, and he had, you know, those like kid seats on the back of bikes. Yeah. He had one of those with a kid in it, like probably like a 2-3-year-old, and the kid's head no helmet or nothing, but the head was like scarf, like a scarf was over it and like tied to the back of the seat.
Oh my God.
But the kid wasn't moving.
Was it a doll?
No. Like I saw this, he was wearing shorts and a shirt. Like I saw his skin. Like it was a human, no doubt about it. But, and like he was sitting just like, I'll do it. Just like in the chair like this with his hands like that. And like his head was kind of just like slight.
Was he sleeping?
That's what I was thinking. And that's like,
and maybe the dad like tied,
so his head didn't like,
was
knock
it like
around.
what was the scarf like? Was it opaque or was it like breathable?
I mean, breathable for sure. It was like a blue like cotton scarf. Like it wasn't like anything not breathable, if that's what you're wondering. Like
could he see through it?
No.
Okay.
He couldn't see through it, but I was thinking like, is it just to like hold his head while he's sleeping? So because I mean,
maybe
the streets here are bumpy. There are a lot of potholes. Like,
yeah, maybe.
So I thought maybe that, but then in my head I'm like, then just wake him up for the bike ride.
Yeah. Did the guy look weird?
No. But like, what does that mean? You know,
yeah.
What could that even mean? I don't know. I haven't stopped thinking about it.
I hate that.
I do too. And like, I almost regret not saying something. And like, we pulled up at the same stoplight at one point, and that's when I was able to like understand what was happening.
Yeah.
And like, I looked at him and he just like smiled at me. It wasn't like a creepy smile. Like it was that line for me where I was like, do I just need to mind my own business right here? Or is this super weird? Like, I'm not even a parent and I wouldn't treat a kid like that on the back of a bike.
And you almost think like, I
feel guilty.
If he was doing something wrong, he wouldn't be this open about it.
But then like Jeffrey Dahmer
are crazy.
Like back to the series. Like, again, I know it was a reenactment, but like seeing the fucking scenes of him just like literally in a bar, like licking his lips and fucking putting powder in someone's drink. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I meant to tell you about that. I just like, I felt really icky about it. And I don't know. Like, what do you do in that situation? Like, what should I have said?
I would have been like, what's going on? Is he asleep?
Yeah.
Or something like a little.
And then he just says, yeah, he is. And then what do I do? Like, I just didn't know what to do.
I would have been like.
It was weird though.
Yeah.
And like his hands weren't moving. Like.
He was asleep maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wow.
I will say, for what it's worth, and I'm sure so many people are going to laugh in ridiculousness when I say this, but like, you'll believe me, Alex. I've been around a dead body.
You
and
know.
I did not get dead vibes.
That's not silly for you to say.
Okay. I did not get dead vibes at all.
You know.
But I'm also like, what a weird way to transport a sleeping child.
Yeah.
It was super weird.
I hate that. How old was the kid? Like
probably like 2
toddler?
or 3. Yeah,
okay.
He's a toddler. And like while assuming dad or just the guy he was with was writing, like he like put his hand back a few times.
Okay.
But it wasn't like a like, hey buddy, like he was like holding like like holding the back thing, because it was, you know, those kid ones that like it wasn't like a. It blows my mind that people even put children on the back of bikes here in New York.
Right. Go
when you're camping on your suburbia, sure, but in fucking
New York City on the streets, don't do it.
But it was like bouncing, like it was. It's like
God.
The plastic ones that don't have arm thing. It's literally just like a L.
Yeah.
For the kid to sit in.
I could totally picture it.
I don't know.
I don't like that.
I mean, I hated it, and I have something about it, and so I brought it up right now. But it almost felt so unlike me to not say something too. But then there was also something in me that was like, leave it alone. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I was really just writing off the fact that I don't think he was dead, and that's kind of all I cared about in like life or death in that moment. Was like, as long as he's not transporting a dead child.
I think I would hope, like, let's not assume the worst. I think visually, it's just a weird thing to see.
Wake up the kid for the ride. That's all I would. If that is why he's put that way, then wake him up for the ride. Unless I'm just missing a very obvious scenario here, which please feel free to let us know.
Is this like a bike rider's tactic when you have a kid on the back who's sleeping? Like, do you kind of just like
secure their neck?
Yeah, prop their head up, which sounds logistical.
Sure.
But at the end, like, that's where the weird visual comes in. Like,
yeah, because at
that age, you could hold up you could hold up your own head, but while you're sleeping. And then bouncing around.
I mean, I'm 29 and my neck even hurts after riding a bike sometimes. Like, those bumps are pretty fucking gnarly. So that's why I was like, maybe he is just securing his head. And how else would you have done it? You're going to go around his neck? That's even worse. Like, I don't know. That's why
he was securing his head. I think this maybe, I mean, I'm hoping this was just like a weird dad MacGyver thing. And he was like,
I thought like, okay, this is for sure your first child. And like, you don't know what you're doing.
And he's going to get home and he's going to get yelled at by his wife. Like, you had little Johnny tied up like that.
I didn't say anything. I mean, it is what it is now. And I hope it, all jokes aside, I obviously fucking hope it was nothing crazy, but
it's a weird visual.
It was weird. It was just weird.
Yeah. Wow. I'm sorry you're conflicted with that now.
Yeah. Okay, enough about that. Next entry, the subject line is Selena Gomez and Timmy C. My dad knows the deets. Timothy Chalamet, I'm assuming. Hello, my favorite ladies, Alex and Kay. Long story short, my dad works in the Actors Union as a driver in NYC.
Kick ass.
Knows everything.
Everything.
Wow. He drives set designers, actors, everything. Back in the Call Me By Your Name days, my dad was driving Mr. Timothy Chalamet and he was very nice. My dad and I went to see Call Me By Your Name together, and my dad took the ugliest photo of me, of course, next to the poster, sent it to Timmy, and he responded almost instantly saying, thanks for the support. Aw, it's really nice. One of the best celebs my dad has ever worked with. Him and Adam Devine. Adam, that's from Pitch Perfect, right?
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Love him.
Anyway, this is the time when Timmy and Selena Gomez were working on their movie that flopped together.
Like A Rainy Day in New York, I think it's called.
I didn't even know this thing. Mm-hmm. My dad said a lot of the nights Selena would jump in the back of the van with Timmy, drive around, and smoke a weed pen together.
Wow.
My dad said Selena was quiet until she got marijuana in her, and then she would laugh endlessly. The actor my dad did not like was Liam Hemsworth. I'm not surprised on that one. You hear nothing but shit about him.
Yeah.
He drove him when he was engaged to Miley, and my dad knew they were not going to stay together.
Oh, no.
He would make my dad drive him to pizza shops and bars after shooting and stay out very late almost every night.
Oh, my God.
Which tracks wasn't like a big thing for them, was like his
partying. Yeah.
One night he was on the phone with a friend saying how annoying Miley was being about their engagement party. He told his friends that Miley obviously did not like to show up anyway because it's his day too. My dad claims the way he talked about her and their relationship, it was very apparent they're either not going to make it down the aisle or they're going to get divorced. And we all know how that turned out.
Damn.
Just some celeb drama. Also, 2 of my hometown lacrosse coaches have been fired for having a relationship with students. I love you guys. Bye. The amount of fucking weird ass teacher shit we're getting.
Oh my God.
It's actually disgusting. Like, I've almost like scrolled past them because I'm like, we've
said this story so many times.
And we read so many on our Patreon one too. Like,
yeah,
the fact that that's majority of this hometown shit is disgusting. But
creepy teachers.
Loved this one. Love hearing about like the insider jobs. Like, we don't think about the stories that those people have.
Yeah, they're the ears.
Makeup artists in trailers. Like PAs, people at Crafty on set. Like, think about all the shit they see, and like, I don't know. I want more stories about that, to be honest.
Yeah, if you guys know anyone who's worked in that industry on like the back end, let us know, because that you're right. That's the real inside scoop.
The fly on the wall. That's what that is. Like, they actually are getting to be the fly on the wall.
100%.
You know, I've never seen Call Me by Your Name.
Kristen.
Couldn't even tell you it's about, but I know. Is it the one where he's like doing that?
No, that's something. Oh wait, it might be. He also did a movie around the same time.
If you're on audio, I was doing that like Timothy Chalamet dance that like went.
Let me get the name of it. First of all, I'm Googling Timothy Chalamet. He's not even, but when you type in Timothy, he does not pop up.
You're probably spelling his name wrong.
How do you spell Timothy?
It's like E-E. Like, he spells it like Timothée or something.
Oh, you're
like
right.
How you technically pronounce it or something.
Whoopsie. He was also in Hot Summer Nights. I think.
Is that the dance?
I think so.
I haven't seen that either.
Could be wrong. There is a scene where he's like doing that vibe.
He's in like a blue polo, I think.
So maybe that might be Call Me by Your Name.
What's Call Me by Your Name about?
You should just watch it.
Is it happy? Is it sad?
It's
funny?
Sad. It's a romance.
Okay.
It's a drama.
Is it like good sad or like gonna spiral sad?
Not spiral. It's more slice of life sad.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's like, oh wow, like life's real.
Okay.
Sad.
You think I'm in a good place to watch it?
Yeah. I'll watch it. Do you want to watch it after this?
No, I want to watch Bridgerton.
Okay.
We have a lot to watch.
Yeah. You should watch. It's gonna make you love him.
I don't hate him. I'm neutral about him.
It's gonna make you love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved him in Wonka, to be honest. He got a lot of shit for that role, but
I
thought Wonka was incredible.
Incredible film.
It was such a good movie.
It was so good.
And people hated.
Everyone's
people just give me Kylie the ick.
No,
he's a
fucking actor.
Theater kid. They're all theater kids.
Theater kids in general, if they don't give you the ick, like then they're
not a good theater kid.
Yeah, literally. Like, he's doing his job right. He's giving you the ick.
Exactly.
Okay, here's the next one. It's called Baby Stealer.
Oh.
Hey.
I already know it's in the like early 90s.
Maybe. Could be.
I just
that
know
sounds
that
like
an
an early
thing.
90s thing.
Well, my mom, I'll say it after.
No, you want to say it?
Sure. My mom swears.
Stole a baby.
I'm stolen. She swears like something was up when my sister was born. So my sister was born in 91. I wish she was here to tell it. She tells it so much better. But pretty much my mom, someone came in to check on her after my sister was born, and she was like, where is my baby? And I'm pretty sure she was like on the other side of the room, but my mom couldn't walk because she got a C-section with Monica. Someone came in and like, I think like asked her if can I get you anything, and like took like certain tests on her or whatever, which is like all fine and dandy. But she remembers that this person wasn't wearing what all the other nurses were wearing.
Hate that.
And then she was like, no, I'm fine, whatever. That person leaves, and then a nurse comes in and asks the same questions. And my mom's like, you guys already like did this screening on me, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, no, we didn't. And she was like, who came in? My mom describes, and they were like, no, we don't know who you're talking about. And my mom said that she was scared because that was back when like baby stealing really was a thing. Yeah. Like nowadays, when a newborn, you have like that tracker monitor where mom has the same wristband. Like, baby stealing is 10 times harder, a million times harder now. The second someone might even be out of sight, they shut down all the doors. Nobody can enter, exit the hospital. Like, it's very unlocked now, generally speaking. But yeah, my mom was like
convinced.
Yeah, not that Monica was not stolen. She's here, and like,
right,
she resembles us. Like, Monica is my sister. But
there may have been an attempt.
Exactly. That was a thing. And those, I mean, even before we had the technology to track the newborn and whatnot. So that's why I'm assuming that it's probably those around those years or earlier.
See. I just want to start off by saying that you guys are amazing. I've been watching since the beginning, and I've been watching Kristen since the beginning as well. You've been both such a light in my life, as my mom recently passed away suddenly. So thank you for just being y'all and keeping it 100.
I'm so
sorry. You both remind me of me and my bestie who lives in Arizona, and I'm in Chicago, Illinois. Anyway, let's get to the juice. So I went to high school with this girl, and we used to be BFFs, but things happen and we grow. She ended up turning out to be a little bit of a nut job, LOL. She would always lie about boyfriends and her family. She'd say her mom had a brain tumor and it was never brought up whenever I was there, and her mom was friends with one of my friend's moms because they lived close by, and she'd get her haircut at his mom's house. She looked fine and acted fine and never brought up a brain tumor. This isn't the hot gossip. She started sharing things on Facebook about being pregnant and all sorts of baby things. But the thing was, I couldn't see any of these posts, but other people could and would send them to me and be like, is blank pregnant? It started to get more and more weird. She then ended up stealing an ultrasound photo of a girl who was actually pregnant, but just cropped her name out. Ew. Posted the ultrasound photo on Facebook where she was friends with the girl and everyone else. Things started to get heated with the girl who was actually pregnant. She reached out to said girl who wasn't pregnant and said, why are you stealing my photos? And she said, it's not me, it's my ex-boyfriend who was posting on Facebook saying I'm pregnant. She then reached out to me saying, OMG, look what everyone is saying, just to cover up any drama. Later on, she started posting pictures of her, quote, nursery and photos of baby clothes. My friend Lydia did her investigation skills and found the actual photos of the nursery she was using. It was some girl's Instagram in Australia. She reached out to the girl like, this person is using your photos and baby's name. She posted the messages on her story to make sure everybody knows she's stealing. Then this girl ends up deleting all of her social medias and goes into hiding. A few years go by and she actually ends up getting pregnant. Reactivates her Instagram to post she's actually pregnant. I haven't seen or heard from her in years. She ended up reaching out after my mom passed, and she came to the services, which was super nice, but still an odd experience in our neighborhood. Sorry for it being so long. Love y'all oh so much. XOXO. From south side of Chicago. You don't have to keep it on. This is Megan.
I need a part 2 of, okay, when she came back into your life, like, did you call her out?
Yeah.
Like, was she
I feel like I'd be like, so what was that about?
Like, crazy time in my life.
I was just, I wanted to be pregnant.
Just playing around.
Yeah, it's leaning catfish for me. Like the fact that she was stealing photos from just some random Instagram girl in Australia. Like,
this is
what?
Another level of just like
facade work.
Right. And like, you could probably even boil it down to like a cry for attention, blah, blah, blah. But like, I don't know. I even know a few stories within like our general circle of people lying about cancer, lying about pregnancies. Yeah. Like I dated a guy who long after me, he was with a girl, they broke up, and then she was like, wait, I'm pregnant, and did the same thing, like sent fake tests, I'm not gonna fucking say it right now.
Well, we can bleep it out or we got it out.
You hear this kind of a lot, and like, what the fuck is it?
What's up?
It's more than just a cry for attention. There's a loose screw there. Yeah. If you're capable of like putting people through that type of emotional turmoil of like, you know, happiness or sadness, like, oh, congrats on your pregnancy when it's not even real. Or
and the people who she's like stealing from, like if I saw my baby photo out there, oh my God.
That's crazy. I don't know.
It's hands on site. That's crazy.
I don't understand. So
wow. Yeah. Did you call her out?
I do think it's like really respectful that she came to your mom's service, and like I'm glad you felt supported in that way. But like,
yeah, arm's length,
maybe 2 arms length, you know, just some length, at least a little, because that isn't just a phase of life where you were just in a silly, goofy mood. Like, no, being capable of that,
carrying on that like false plot line
of something like so big in life. It's not just like my dad's the inventor of toaster strudel. Like that is a real real big lie.
Right.
I can't even get words.
Like how Clinton Kane lied about his parents and being
dying. Like, isn't like his accent totally fake?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said his
mom and
died.
his brother died
Something
like within a year or something.
Right. It was some like tragic thing that he just completely lied about.
And his accent. He's not even Australian.
Still is continuing to like bring that narrative and like he'll pop up on my For You page and shit.
Switch accents. What's up? Like
I've always wanted to ask Brooke about that.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. But that is like, I feel really bad for Brooke because that's another level of facade work to have to grieve through. And like, I can only imagine what that fucking did to her. And like, I want to squeeze her and tell her everything's going to be okay because that is so disgustingly fucked up. And people who are capable of that level of manipulation,
monsters,
kick rocks. Okay, next entry. I think I've heard of this, but the subject line is the Ken and Barbie Killers.
That sounds familiar.
Me too, but I want to read about it just in case like it's something else. Hi guys, please keep anon. I have been a big fan of the pod since day one. It's my weekly routine to listen. Never sent anything before the first round of this topic or submitted to y'all before, but also never thought I had anything interesting to tell about my hometown until you posted about a part 2. And then I was like, wait, how could I forget? Glad you wrote in. Anyway, I'm from St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada, which for reference is a city neighboring Niagara. Niagara Falls. I thought it was like Nicaragua. Niagara Falls. About an hour south of Toronto. I want somebody to make a compilation of me sounding out words because I feel like there's one like every fucking episode.
Yeah.
I've always been fascinated by true crime. In the 9th grade, during a self-defense lesson in my gym class, our teacher mentioned a local murder case, explaining how a young girl had been kidnapped and later murdered near our school. That night, I decided to learn more and watched the documentary, okay, I think I've seen this, titled The Ken and Barbie Killers, about Karla Homolka and Paul Bernardo. These two, known for their charm, committed horrific crimes in the late 1980s and early 1990s, including the sexual assaults and murders of several young women, one of whom was Karla's own sister, Tammy. Karla eventually testified against Paul in the controversial plea deal, leading to a relatively short prison sentence for herself. Their case is one of Canada's most notorious serial crimes. As I watched the documentary, I kept thinking that Karla and her sister looked oddly familiar, even though the events occurred before I was born. Later, while browsing Facebook, I saw a family friend's profile and realized that she looked strikingly similar to the Homolka sisters. Diving deeper, I found old photos with captions about missing her sister.
Oh my God.
It suddenly clicked. This family friend was actually related to the Homolkas. Homolkas.
Homolkas.
I rushed to tell my mom, and she confirmed that our family friend was indeed Karla's sister, who was present in the home the night Tammy was murdered. After the incident, she changed her name to avoid association with Karla.
Oh.
My mom said it was okay for me to know, but I had to keep it quiet since her children were still young and unaware of their mother's past. This discovery was surreal and eerie. The connection to the case I never expected to hit so close to home. A little bit more info about the case here. You linked some stuff. And then you said, if the story makes it to the pod, great. If not, thanks for reading anyway.
Oh.
I think I either saw that or honestly, my education on murders is 99% through My Favorite Murder. So
yeah,
they
probably covered it. I mean, that is our resource.
Yeah.
Wow. I think about a lot, the family members of serial killers or killers, murderers in general. And it's not talked about enough. There's actually a show on HBO called Evil Lives Here. And I sent you a couple episodes. I don't know if you ended up watching it, but it tells the story of murderers from the perspective of their family members and like the people who lived with them. And it's the stories are nuts. I think there's probably like 13 seasons or something like that. All the stories are crazy. So go watch that.
I could only imagine the spiraling that would happen of like intuitively you want to always back up your family, generally.
Right.
But then like this person literally changing their name so they're not even associated with the terror of someone they're related to. But then like back to the show reference, like living amongst, knowing like when they're coming home, what they were just out doing.
Yeah.
I don't even, I
can't even fathom
that.
it.
I would feel so icky even sharing a bloodline with them.
Right. I would think,
and then I would think it's going to happen to me.
I would think it's in me.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to be capable of that.
Yep. It's so close. Like we share the same blood.
We were in the same womb.
Yeah.
How could, yeah.
That's what's crazy.
But like there's so much more that goes into that.
Totally.
But I'm looking at this article. This person, their name's actually Kristen.
Ian?
Yeah. Kristen French. She was 15.
Oh.
And she was reported missing. And then her shoe was found in the parking lot of a church. She was found, or there was like a witness saying that it was the same car, cream colored Chevy Camaro. That was the car that they were using or whatever. It's just the story of all of them, and it just breaks my fucking heart.
Oh, that's really devastating.
I still don't understand why they're called Barbie and Ken, though.
Maybe they just looked like Barbie and Ken.
Oh
my God.
Blonde people. Ew.
Monsters. Okay, we're going to end on this one. It is called My Mom Went Clubbing with Ru Paul and Madonna.
That's the one I just had, too.
Really?
Perfect. Yeah, perfect entry to end. Well, let's end on something a little lighter.
Yeah. Hey, girlies. The celebrity connections in my family are quite wild. First, my maternal grandpa is an entertainment lawyer, so he knows many famous people.
That's another good insider.
Yep. He was an exec at CBS and Radio City. He worked on several movies and eventually opened up a production company to produce concerts in the tri-state area. If someone were famous in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, my grandpa probably knew them. Also, my aunt, my mom's sister, was in the fashion world. She went to FIT and worked for several fashion houses and department stores as a buyer. Through that and living in NYC, she knew a lot of famous people as well. Backtrack for a moment to her college days. She actually went to London for a semester abroad to focus on costume designing, and over there met Madonna. She fell in love with my aunt's designs and asked for her to design her next tour's outfit. Jeez. So sick. Very cool to say Madonna wore your designs. That was the last of my aunt designing clothes since her passion was for buying and merchandising. She stayed close friends with Madonna and would frequently go clubbing with her. Met RuPaul through Madonna and became instant best friends. My mom would take the train in the city to spend time with her sister, and many nights landed herself clubbing until 6 a.m. with Madonna and RuPaul. My aunt unfortunately passed in 2007 from alcoholism. Madonna and RuPaul came to her funeral to pay respects to my uncle, my mom, and my grandparents. They are two genuinely good people in this world. I could go on with many more stories, but that one is most special to my heart. Miss my aunt every day. Oh.
Rest to your aunt's soul. That is so cool, though.
Yeah.
What a legacy.
What a legacy. She left her mark with her designs. That's so cool.
Do you have any
pictures?
Like pictures or anything?
Yeah,
like,
I want to see.
Frame those too. Like that is.
Yeah, the tour. Any tour shots of like Madonna wearing them too. That'd
those are probably in like fucking museums and like.
Right.
Or if you have anything, I'm not saying sell it, but like sick, like, or if you can get anything that like she might have had on hand, like that's so fucking cool. Again, also another insider.
I didn't know RuPaul and Madonna were like homies.
Yeah,
I never saw them in like the same universe, really. I don't know much. One time I sat next to RuPaul at a cafe and,
oh yeah,
and what was it? Oh, Earth.
Yep.
Yeah.
So random.
So random.
Like, what was he doing there?
Was I by myself?
Yeah, because you texted.
Yeah, I texted you and I was like, I think the guy next to me is famous.
Yeah. I don't know. I watched like one season during college because my roommate at the time was super into it, and it was actually really fucking entertaining.
Yeah.
So I mean, that could be why they're
just together. Fashion in general.
Like fashion, drag, like just like that scene.
That era too.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he's older.
Yeah. Probably like
good,
he looks really good. Probably 60s.
And then isn't Madonna? She's like getting like really old.
Really
but she like kind of doesn't look like it because she has so much work done.
Yeah, I actually saw.
How old do you think she is?
I'll say 70 something.
65.
Okay, 65.
Let's see, RuPaul.
Remember when Madonna and Tupac had a thing?
No.
Yeah.
Cute couple.
I think it was Madonna.
RuPaul is 63. Okay, so they literally like grew up together.
They were homies. Yeah.
RuPaul's Drag Race. Start your engines, RuPaul's Drag.
You know who looks good for her age? Cher.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
She's a witch.
A goddess. She's 78.
That's crazy.
That's so no, but still kicking. And her boyfriend's like in his 20s or something like that.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah. Sorry. He's 38, not 20s. But
still.
They're like gonna get together. He's from Oakland.
That's like, what do you have to talk about though? I just don't understand.
Yeah.
I'm just being judgy.
It's
kind of inappropriate.
It's quite the age gap.
Yeah.
It's quite the age gap.
Look at Madonna.
Sorry, that's current?
Yes, that was 3 weeks ago. I mean, obviously the power of editing and angles and all that, but she's got like mad filler and shit done too. I don't know, like, sure, it's cool to see, even Cher. I mean, she's so filled too, like, to see like what these fillers and stuff could do. But I'm also like, age, bitch.
Yeah.
Just age. That's okay. Right. You could also just get older.
Like, look at Meryl Streep.
Exactly.
Oh, stunning.
Like, so graceful.
And like clearly her age.
Yep.
But like, look, oh, what a fucking rock star.
I love her so much. I know she smells good.
Yeah, she does. Constantly wakes up smelling good.
Yes. I feel like she has a very modest style.
For sure. She's 74.
And like, I mean, like her house, like she probably has like canvas colored sheets and like just like little plants here and there. And like,
yeah, I see.
She's
like,
probably on 80. We could probably get a video of her house.
I would love to see.
Oh my God. Madonna's dad is still alive.
How old is he?
1 week ago, he turned 93.
That's crazy.
That is so crazy.
Wow. I don't think I want to live that old. Unless my mind is still there.
Unless I'm chilling.
Unless mind and physically, I think.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, as soon as my head starts to go, unplug me.
Throw me down the stairs.
Yeah.
Permission to throw me down the stairs.
Permission to poison me.
Yeah.
Have fun with it too. Like, if you want to like do something crazy and
I wish you had like a peanut allergy or something.
Right. Like that's what I want.
Well, that would make you suffocate, right? Isn't that what like happens?
Sure.
Isn't that what is anaphylactic shock?
Couldn't tell you.
Blood pressure drops and the airways narrow, blocking breathing. Yeah. So you literally suffocate.
Yeah.
I actually don't know if I want that. Well, good thing we don't have peanut allergies.
Right.
Next episode, we're going to be talking about
allergies.
Can you guys actually though, like just comment down below. Are you super allergic to peanuts? What happens?
Yeah.
Do you know anybody with like the peanut allergy, like the crazy one?
I know Sophie has like an EpiPen.
Oh,
for her.
Right.
I don't think it's peanuts, but it's like a nut. It's a nut allergy.
Like all nuts.
You've never made that noise in your life.
That was karma. That was I'm having an allergic reaction.
Oh my God. To your mic.
Michael. Sorry, I'm reading more about it. Anaphylactic shock.
Anna Nicole Smith.
I make sure. R.I.P. Oof, this is scary. I gotta stop reading about this.
Yeah, stop it.
I'm gonna go get another MRI to make sure I'm not in shock.
All right, guys, this was fun. We got a little chit chatty, read a couple more of your stories. Thank you so much for those of you who sent them in. You guys really delivered. We just noticed there were so many crazy pedophile teachers out there.
I don't want to read all
and
those.
we don't want to put that.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Like
it's actually terrifying how many.
We didn't think that would be the
topic.
Influx of messages we'd get for this, but goddamn, I can confidently say like 80% of them are fucking weirdo teacher stories. Yeah. And God, we even have our own too, which is even crazier. And like, we don't want to give that the platform too much. So
no,
everything else. Thank you so much for writing in. Obviously, all seriousness, any families, friends, anybody affected by these crazy fucking stories that we've read, like
our heart goes out to you guys.
So much love and protection eternally. Like that is, we're sitting here reading them for entertainment, but like we have to remember these are real ass people, and it gives me chills. I do want to say, what was I just going to say? Oh, please catch up on like Love Island and shit. I know we talked a lot about it, but it's because it's like, it just came out, but we probably will be talking about it every week because a lot of you have asked us to. So we want to like kind of keep it a segment for the next, 6 weeks that it's fucking on television.
Pretty much.
Stay caught up.
For the summer.
It's on Peacock is the US season, and then the UK rolls out on Hulu.
And catch up on Bridgerton.
Oh yeah, we'll be caught up by that, and we'll definitely be talking about it. I hope we like the ending. I don't know. Also, this Sunday we're seeing Inside Out 2, and we're so excited. So we'll probably talk about that
next
episode, like Patreon's episode or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for Inside Out.
Me too.
So cute.
Me too.
All right, love you guys. I gotta go pee pee.
If you guys are watching on YouTube, subscribe and turn on your post notifications and leave a comment. Oh yeah, the giveaway reward contest thing. Hopefully you're the first person who left a comment because you get a deck.
It's so silly. It's so good. They all already know.
Who cares? You still get a deck if you're the first person to comment. So if you are listening on Spotify or Apple Music, please rate us 5 stars and or leave a review. Those help us out a ton. And leaving a review, it's a good place to leave us some topic suggestions. So if you have any ideas for episodes, just go ahead and throw them into the review there. And have a good week. Yes. Happy Monday.
I love you guys. Stay hydrated. It's super hot outside.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go for a bike ride.
Can I come?
Sure.
Okay. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.